Pakistan is a land of serene mountains and bustling cities. Cities like Lahore, the capital of the province of Punjab. It is the country's second largest city, with a population of over 10 million. It's a busy, hectic place, but it's also a city defined by its architecture, which has been shaped through the ages by the Mughals, Sikhs, and even the British Empire. One of its most beautiful buildings is found in the centre of Lahore, the Badshai Mosque. It's the 5th largest mosque in the world and arguably one of the most beautiful. It's capable of accommodating 95,000 worshippers in its courtyard, which is the largest mosque courtyard in the world. A further 55,000 can fit in its main prayer hall. But despite its immense size, it never feels domineering or imposing. The 4 minarets of the Badshai Mosque are 4.2 meters taller than those of the Taj Mahal. In fact, the main platform of the Taj Mahal could easily fit inside its courtyard. Commissioned by the 6th Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb in 1671, the mosque was completed in just over 2 years, opening its doors in April 1673. The mosque is decorated with a fusion of styles and wisdom. The lotus found here on the mosque ceiling is a symbol from Hinduism and Buddhism. The past is embraced and celebrated within this mosque. Natural inspirations fuse with geometric designs to create a beautiful yet peaceful interior. When the British took control of Lahore in 1846, they used Badshai as a military garrison, and the building soon fell into disrepair. In 1939, a programme of extensive restoration began, and by 1960, work was nearly completed. As recently as the year 2000, remedial work was still going on, as the marble floor of the main prayer hall needed replacing. Today, we see the mosque almost fully restored to its original 17th century condition. A beautiful monument which has stood the test of time. New York. At the start of the 20th century, it was a cramped, overcrowded city. Space here was at a premium. So they built up. The age of the skyscraper was born, and many believe the most beautiful of these is the Chrysler Building. Completed in 1930, its architect, William Van Allen, used the style of the day, Art Deco, to reflect the modern industrial age, and yet still exude luxury, opulence, and glamour. Van Allen's client was Walter Chrysler, one of the giants of the automobile industry at the time. Chrysler wanted his building to be the tallest in the world, a monument to his company and American industriousness. Chrysler worked on every aspect of the tower with Van Allen, turning it into a gigantic advertisement for his company. Radiator caps and hubcaps adorn the building. On the 61st floor, 8 American eagles keep watch over the city below. Made from a gleaming new alloy called Neurosta, they could be ornaments from one of Chrysler's new automobiles. They're an interpretation of the gargoyles found on medieval architecture, updated for the new modern age. However, the building's most famous feature, its towering spire, was actually an afterthought. Soon after construction began on the Chrysler Building in 1928, an upstart appeared on the block. This rival tower for the Bank of Manhattan had a planned height 2 feet taller than the Chrysler. Walter Chrysler was furious and ordered Van Allen to build higher. The race to be the tallest was on. 860 feet up inside the Chrysler Building's fire tower, construction began on Van Allen's secret weapon, a 185 feet tall skyscraping spire. This spire appeared on none of the building plans and was a closely guarded secret at the time. A hole was made in the existing building's roof, and this gleaming spire was winched into place. It was the crowning glory of the Chrysler Building. At 1,046 feet above the city, the race had been won. The Chrysler Building was, at least for now, the tallest building in the world. Today, especially at night, it is one of the most recognizable landmarks of the New York skyline. The Chrysler Building may no longer be the tallest building in the world, but it sure. For over 4,000 years, the tallest man-made structures on Earth were the Great Pyramids of Giza. That was until 1889, when the Eiffel Tower was erected. Standing at 324 meters high, the tower is still the tallest structure in Paris and dominates the city skyline. Initially, there was uproar at the plans for the tower, which was seen as nothing but a truly tragic and skeletal street lamp. Such was the controversy that a group of leading Parisian artists, writers and intellectuals penned a petition to try to stop the tower being built. The petition failed and construction began in 1887. The tower was built out of over 18,000 components of wrought iron, joined together by over 2.5 million rivets. It weighs over 7,300 tons. Depending on temperature changes, the height of the tower can vary up to 15 centimeters. It only took 2 years to build and was an instant success with the public. Today, the Eiffel Tower is a global icon and one of the most visited paid monuments in the world, having attracted over 250 million people so far and counting. The tower is named after its architect, Gustave Eiffel, who designed it as the entrance to the 1889 World's Fair. The tower was due to be dismantled in 1909, but it was saved when it was used as a radio mast as the new age of telecommunications took hold. Every 7 years, 50 to 60 tons of paint must be applied to protect the tower from rust. It is said that a restaurant under the tower attracted those who disliked the structure, as it was the only place in Paris that promised an Eiffel-free view. Today, however, most Parisians view the tower as a work of art to be celebrated for its ingenuity and design. Paris is a city of style, and the tower is its ultimate symbol. The Eiffel Tower is the focal point for the city's major events, and has become the very symbol of Paris itself. Not bad for an old street lamp that wasn't supposed to last.